Welcome everybody to Wrestlers Pit. I'm Nick. With me is B.
How you doing? How you doing?
And we got to talk about All Elite Wrestling.
AEW.
They got us a pretty good show.
That was a hell of a show. Better than what I expected.
Yeah.
I don't know how to rate it.
Like Double or Nothing was better than what we thought. But now,
but that was
out.
That was an okay show.
Yeah.
That was okay.
But we didn't have high expectations, but people had high expectations. It was like this weird
I
thing.
didn't hate it. It was good for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was good for what it was. But last night, it
felt like they were ready.
I just watched it today, as you know.
Yep.
So I didn't get to see it for
I fell asleep watching it with
last night. And, every match I thoroughly enjoy. Shame on me, women's match kind of, But I like, seen it. And I like the whole thing. That girl, Tony.
Riho.
Yep. And she's fighting Nala, who won the Battle Royal.
Yep. Nyla Rose.
Get right into it, really. But, man, that's okay. I think you see there where they're going to go with that, maybe first transgender, and that's cool. That's movement building, and I'm not hating on it. So absolutely, that was cool. But let's get that SCU started versus that. To me, that was that's where we started.
So we kicked it off with a 6-man tag. SoCal Uncensored, SCU. So Christopher Daniels, Frank Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. Absolutely love these guys. I love their stuff.
You know
on
me,
BNE Elite.
a big fan. They were on. They were on Jericho's.
Oh really?
That's who I was saying earlier when they were talking about the Dark Order. I think it was Jericho's talking about it, or it was JR. But anyways, go listen to it. It's friggin' anyone listening to me now. Go listen to Chris Jericho's podcast. The past couple weeks, he's had Brandy Rhodes on there. He's had blank. He had SCU. He had my boy MJF.
Yep.
So
MJF, man.
It's friggin', and that one that was in character. You know what I mean? It wasn't like
what, the MJF one?
Yeah, MJF was MJF.
Oh, that's cool.
Like he stayed him the whole time.
Gotta be method with it.
Exactly, and he did get like personal. I mean, because he is playing himself, and so he's keeping himself, and there was no. Definitely kept his wits about him and everything. But anyways,
so we had SCU versus the Jurassic Express. Bro.
I guess that's their name.
Yep.
I like at first I was like, Jesus, two little boys and their lost puppy.
Yeah,
They're Great Dane.
Marco Stunt, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much from it. SCU, I knew I love Christopher Daniels, big Christopher Daniels guy, and wasn't expecting much. But that was a hell. All three of those friggin' Jurassics were friggin'. That was they carried themselves well. Both of them, they all. I don't know. It was good, and I'm not saying that to. Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
of AEW. Like it was actually those outperformed my expectations. I mean, I never seen that Marco
Stunt. Yeah,
never seen him, and for a short shit.
Yeah, he was pretty solid. And one thing that I liked about this match is that, like, people always talk about like, oh, it's not realistic if you have like a small guy beating up like a much large guy. Marco Stunt is tiny. He's like 5'2", and no one knows how much he weighs, but it's probably
it's hilarious.
Closer to 50 than 150.
Yeah, I think he's looking like 115 out there.
Yeah, so he's a very small dude, and I mean, everything that he did, everything that Jungle Boy did, because Jungle Boy is also extremely small, everything they did was believable. Like that's the thing. Like it all felt legit.
The kicks, the flips, friggin'. I was a big fan of Luchasaurus's. I like the choke slams. I really did.
And he's super athletic. He does the kip-ups, the moonsaults. Like,
moonsault on. Oh, my God. Definitely wasn't expecting it. So that match kind of took me. That was a good start of the show for me. I was like, all right. So.
And it didn't overstay its welcome. And the finish, because the match only went like 12 minutes.
But that's shocking to me. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm watching these matches and. Like forgetting that it's not WWE, it's not over in 4 minutes, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
And you did. Like looking at these times now, it's just like, wow.
Like,
wow.
There was 8 matches on the main card. WWE puts like 14. So on like a show that's 4 hours long like this is. So it's like obviously it's a little different. They put more time in a lot of their matches. And this match was just one that goes to show. But that
how long was this match? Felt like it was like 5 hours. I mean this show.
I'm pretty sure it started at 8 our time and it ended about midnight.
Yeah,
So
it felt like that. We started at like around 1 o'clock. We paused to eat and freaking
yeah,
5 o'clock.
didn't get it done until about now.
Wild.
Yeah,
So
pretty crazy. But yeah, and
so you had
that
this
moonsault though, the finish of that match, like that moonsault into like the tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I honestly was afraid because Kazarian was holding both Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, please don't drop them on their heads.
No,
like they're very small
nice
people.
Safe fall
their
and
necks will
everything.
break. But I mean, pretty killer. Like, what were you gonna say though? You were about to mention something.
No, I wasn't mentioning anything.
Okay.
Forget about it.
Let's move on.
Yeah, this happens. I think every time I'm forgetting, then we move on. It pops back up.
Back into your head.
But what I was saying is just SCU took the W, right?
Yeah, SCU took the W.
I mean, a little blank there again. So you had SCU taking the W there, and I big
Which is
fan.
awesome for them. Because I think Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky are going to be really big in the tag division. Because obviously then they can't do 6-man tag titles yet. They should. It'll be different.
Yeah,
but
ways to go.
When they get more people.
We
they have
got
to
to get a
more.
roster together.
Yeah, exactly. Even though they said that they pretty much have all the roster that they need.
And I was a little shocked. So I didn't expect the next match to be Pac and Kenny.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
But
because it makes sense because there's not really a story behind it.
Yeah, but you guys
it was announced a week and a half ago. But
I told you how I saw that match. I saw a lot of online like, oh, it was okay, but like, guys, so no storyline like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody watch what I was watching? They both made each other look effing great.
Yeah, like the match was like over 20 minutes long.
No one lost, no steam, no nothing. The way Kenny went down, it only makes, gives Pac that he had a lot of steam, I think, before he what was it that he couldn't wrestle with AEW, his contract?
Yeah, because of Dragon Gate.
There was a lot of steam when we were
lose.
starting up. We're like, oh, Pac, you thought Pac was going to be the big star here. And I
think that could happen now.
You're going to see him and Hangman now get into, they're going to finish their business.
In the little scrummage backstage.
Forget it. That match was, I don't know. I thought that was a hell of a match because they just revert everything they did. It flowed. It worked so well. Big fan of how it ended.
Yeah, the referee stoppage because he passed out from the.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they called that move, but it was pretty much like his. It was almost like his submission when he was in WWE, but it's a little different. But literally, awesome match. Loved it. He pretty much chokes him out. And one thing that I didn't like, and it's something that I've seen in a lot of the Kenny Omega matches in All Elite, is that he doesn't do the Rise of the Terminator anymore.
Well, yeah, he did.
But it
was like
he does that every single time he's gone for it. He's been stopped for whatever reason, and it kind of makes me upset because I love that.
You said before though he used to do what. It's just that's Kenny. He's saving that moment.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to overshine. That's what I was saying. Like, there's no need for Kenny Omega to be the Kenny that he was in Japan. Like, these people are they're building up this company, they're building up the stars for what it can be because
if you just have
what's
Kenny
it going to be in
best.
a year from now, So if you just had these older guys just taking all the light right now, it's going to failure, and I think they know that. That's why you saw like Cody's the only one last night that came out of there. Well, Jericho, I figured that, but it's like they're not worried about them putting themselves over. They're putting everyone else over, I think, and that's what's gonna make it work for now.
I think that's pretty awesome. It was just like a weird thing that I just like seeing that move.
But
it makes perfect
that match,
sense.
Though it was just the way those guys flowed and moved. The movement is why I really like that match. They didn't stop.
Yeah, I saw a couple people commenting oh, there was a bunch of botches in that match. The only botch I saw was that reverse Frankensteiner.
Yeah. Get out of here. They didn't stop moving for 11 minutes.
23 minutes.
Oh, fucking sorry.
It's good.
Yeah,
23 minutes. The match went, I believe, 23 minutes and 20 seconds. So, I mean, they didn't stop moving that entire time. Look at a 20-minute match on any WWE main roster pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. That is a slow-worked match. It's methodical, is what they say. And this is just the alternative. It's something different. It's faster-paced, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. You thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an awesome match. Was it 5 stars? Probably not. Dave Meltzer might not be that giving, but it was something awesome. It was something different, and it was really enjoyable. But next up, we got the Cracker Barrel Clash.
Yeah, so wasn't you? I wasn't expecting much here. You know, I know Darby Allin heard he's good, and then you filled me in about Havoc over here.
Yep. Deathmatch legend right there, bro.
Like, geez, right off the bat, stapling himself. I'm like, what is
that
this
was
guy
funny.
doing?
I wasn't expecting that at all.
But then when they put the thumbtacks in his mouth, and they taped his mouth shut, tied him to the chair, and
left him there.
This crazy sick bastard had them still.
Yeah.
In his mouth.
After
5-10 minutes later.
So just to talk people through it a little bit. So after he gets taped to the chair by Joey Janela and Darby Allin and Joey start going at each other. This dude's got thumbtacks in his mouth, and his mouth's duct taped. And after they start going at each other, Darby and Joey, Darby climbs to the top rope, and it looks like he's going to do like a moonsault onto Joey Janela. And Jimmy Havoc just starts saying, like, come on, jump on me, like, do it, come on. So Darby does pretty much a swanton bomb onto Jimmy Havoc outside the ring, crashes through him, still got the tacks in his mouth, breaks the chair, he gets out of the tape, rips off the tape, takes the thumbtacks out of his mouth and throws them at, I believe, Janela. It's just like, what? Like, dude, these guys are absolutely nuts. Like, I love Darby Allin.
It was a good old hardcore
awesome,
match.
And
it was a Cracker Barrel Clash, but that was
Cracker Barrel Clash.
That was a good hardcore match that you haven't got to see in a while. I mean,
and they got all their stuff in 15 minutes.
Tables were breaking.
Actually, I just wanted to say this because it was another thing. The time limits. Yeah. I really like that. Like every match.
Well, they say it. Like, I think it's good to know that there's that time limit, but it's it's not gonna go 30 minutes and shit. It's just like it's an illusion.
But there's
tactic.
a thing that it might, because I believe one match already has. I think it was at Fyter Fest or something like that. But one match did go to a time limit draw.
Yeah.
But like the Kenny Pac match had like a 30-minute time limit. The Cracker Barrel Clash had a 20-minute time limit, I believe it was.
And so what happens if it reaches the time limit?
Match stops the draw.
Snap.
Like that's it.
That's cool.
Gotta wait till the next show to check it out.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But one thing, that Darby Allin barrel spot, when he climbed up on the top
and
rope
landed on the stairs
and jumped back on the barrel.
How's your back, kid?
Dude,
I'll trade my back with you, but it ain't any better. But jeez,
yeah,
that hurt. That hurt me. It really did.
Just watching that is just painful to see.
That really did hurt. Another thing too. So I made the comment, not to make the comparison, but I know my boy, if he's listening, DDT Lounge out there, Sasha Banks. So just saying. So like, and I know I'm not comparing the guy and girls wrestling, but I made the point to say, like, because the way these tables are breaking, the way I was watching a wrestler, probably similar weight, move, land, and these people are trying to really get this show over, right?
Yeah.
They really are. And everyone, like, I don't think no one looked like a scrub out there tonight. Sometimes you watch WWE, I don't really know, but you just see, man. You just feel it. Pay-per-views, sometimes people, I don't know, not all of them, not all the times, certain wrestlers are burnt out. And I think you see that. I think, obviously, the Usos got a little break. But so it's just like I'm saying, people being bratty and selfish in matches. None of those three guys tonight were. Yeah. And, and like I said,
and of course, Jimmy Havoc won it.
Yep.
But the other two guys did everything they could.
Sold. Everybody sold.
You're not
winning. You're not winning this.
Yep.
But still, no one took a break. No one just, there was what botches. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing that didn't go as planned was Jimmy Havoc superplexing Joey Janela through the barrel. And his leg went through it, so he sold his leg.
It's still cracking.
He's like,
it wasn't fully breaking.
Yeah.
Picks him back up, crash.
Yeah. Hits him with his finisher, which is pretty much like a Rainmaker. Through, I think they actually call it like a Painmaker or something like that. But it's pretty much the Rainmaker that Kazuchika Okada does in New Japan. And he pretty much just does that right through the barrel and pins him. 1, 2, 3.
So, yeah. I mean, not to get off. It's just like, my point is that people being selfless here. And not one person is demand. You know what I mean? They're not. They're deserving every moment.
Yeah.
And they're earning every moment, and they're not gonna stop. Like they're not stopping. And that's just. I don't know. Respect to the wrestler is all I'm saying. Like that's what I enjoyed watching because I just feel like you have other people, other companies just doing things and kind of whatever off. Like just do what you have to do for you. But I understand different business. But I would have enjoyed to see like that out of certain people who want that shine
in
like
other companies.
Not for nothing, Dolph Ziggler. Like we know.
Yeah.
Like that dude, every night he's not a slack. Even if you don't like him, when he goes out there, he's still still on the show and your girl.
Yeah, that's just like one thing that is just like crazy. It's like even though like, and that's the funny thing, Dolph Ziggler, he wants to be released, like he doesn't want to be there anymore, but WWE just keeps going. No, we're gonna keep you. And
well, who knows?
He goes out there and he performs
exactly,
and he does everything to the best of his ability.
Who knows? Because we don't know. I feel like they. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he must like it too, because he's able to do some of his side stuff and comedian stuff. And I wish he came on the East Coast. I would have loved to see him.
Oh yeah,
I think he'd be funny. He came to Kowloon before, so over in Saugus.
Oh okay. Yeah, I'd love to see him come back.
We should check that shit out.
Yeah.
But all right, sorry we got off, but
a little off track.
Appreciate that match, and if you can go and watch that match again. And if you're a hardcore fan like I was, deep, 1990s, 99s and stuff, man, it was nothing. It wasn't slow, and hell of a finish. I would rewatch this. I loved it. Mm-hmm. But let's get to it. We had
the Dark Order versus the Best Friends.
So I didn't know the name of these guys. I was like, oh my God, look at these creeps. And then right away, I forget who it was on the announcers, like, and the creeps behind them. I'm like,
creepers, yeah.
The creepers. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It was kind of funny. Like when I heard you say that, I was like, he doesn't know who these guys are. And he actually just got the names right. Is he not telling me something? Are you one of the creepers?
No. That was creepy, but I loved every second of it. But they're what were they yelling in the crowd? Something like sexual.
Something perverts.
Deviants. Yeah, the fucking creepy perverts.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And they're versing the Best Friends.
Chucky T and Trent Beretta, man.
Okay, and you know what? The sizes. So not your typical like tag matchup. Once again, I mean, wow. The last thing anyone probably wants to listen to is me, talking everything up, because I don't think this is the greatest thing I see. I think it's the greatest thing that, and what wrestlers, so independent contractors came together and really are making this work. And you have friggin' certain leaders, the New Age Horsemen, Chris Jericho, Kenny. What's his name? Cody and friggin' the Bucks.
Yeah, dude.
Like, think about it. That's like, so, and with saying that, right? With it saying that, that's probably your 5 main stars.
Yeah, they could be. But the funny thing is that they don't even try to be.
They're building. Jericho had to win that. I'll get to that when we get there. But what we got from this match, so I think it was a good match. I liked what I saw from the Dark Order, because they're not your everyday size of tag teams. They're creepy, and that gives it the edge. There's a lot of edge I got from this show, a lot of darkness, and I like the dark characters. And hey, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, they a lot of stuff I didn't expect to see really out of this match, and I was just like, but no, a lot of it made sense. And what you really got from it was Orange Cassidy. When the creeps are about to take Trent back,
they start like carrying him out of the arena, and
I thought that
the
was
lights
cool.
go out, and it's like, oh, who's it gonna be? Is it maybe Enzo and Kaz XL? Is it LAX? Lights come on. It's Orange Cassidy, man. He's just standing in the ring with his hands in his pockets.
Cool dude. Jumps through the ropes and stuff, but
doesn't take his hands out of his pockets when he does it. It just looks so like lackadaisical. Like it's just
I'm like, hey, does he not want to be here?
Yeah,
but he was too cool for school. He was the cool guy, it seems. So I'm interested to see what this character. I don't know much about him, so we'll see how
he's like a lucha guy.
Pans
like
out.
He's like a high flyer type.
Yeah,
he's awesome. I think he's a really interesting character, and that's just another trio that they add to like the list of people. But sadly, the Best Friends lost this match, and the Dark Order won. But that means that they got a first round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament, which means they won't be in the, I think, first round of the tournament, which is actually the second.
They got the bye.
I think that tournament starts the second week of TV.
Okay.
Which is when they're in Boston.
Yeah, we'll be there.
So we won't see the Dark Order, but we'll probably see like the Best Friends and the Bucks and stuff like that, which is awesome.
It's going to be a hell of a time.
Hell yeah. But next up, we had Riho against Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, we're not going to lie. He skipped it on me.
I
got to the ending. He sneezed in the remote fast forward.
A couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'd already seen the match. Yeah.
So we had what? So give Nick, why don't you tell for anyone who don't know, or maybe they do know. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you probably know. But if you don't, why don't you tell them a little bit about Rio?
So Riho is, I believe, like 23 years old or 22 years old. So extremely young girl. And obviously she used to wrestle in Japan. She used to wrestle in Japan at 9 years old. And when she was, I think, 11, I believe was the age, actually, she had a match, I believe, against Kenny Omega. And it seemed like a pretty good match. Obviously, Kenny kind of carried her. But it's kind of funny watching a grown man wrestle an 11-year-old girl. Pretty comical. And, I mean, obviously, Kenny's been, like, a mentor. And he's obviously very, like, cool with what, like, they're whole doing with her, because he is one of, like, the major minds of the women's division, pretty much. Like, Cody runs the men's division. The Young Bucks are doing a bunch of stuff with the tag. And Kenny is basically doing the women's division. And it's really cool to see Riho going up against Nyla Rose now at the inaugural AEW on TNT show.
Mm-hmm.
To, like, kind of, like, be like, hey, like, this girl is something phenomenal. She's an amazing wrestler. Even though it was a roll-up victory, which a lot of people weren't big fan
Kenny's
of.
behind this women's division, too. So it's kind of like, love to see that connection there. And there's a lot of push. I think he's going to do the right thing for this women's division, I feel like.
What, you think, give the title to Riho?
I don't know. I think there's litigations that's not happening first.
But either way, like, whether it's Nyla Rose or whether it's Riho, it's gonna be cool.
I love the build-up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I like she's like a Kenny girl. And
she's a Kenny Omega girl like Brock is a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, so right? Low-key behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's something that's, like, really cool. And obviously, like, it definitely adds to, like, the build-up, because Riho is a much smaller competitor than Hikaru Shida, so I feel like Riho is definitely the person to go with in that situation.
Absolutely.
Next up, though, we had one of the most hyped matches going into this, besides the one match that we sadly didn't get, and that was Cody versus Shawn Spears. And it started out really well. I mean, Cody did, like, a Star Trek entrance, and Pharaoh was terrified, which is his dog, for those that don't know.
Yeah, all the fireworks went up. The dog's running back up the alley.
Yep. He's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, home.
Yeah.
And then even when MJF took the dog, Pharaoh just wanted to go back to Brandy. Mm-hmm. He just kept on seeing him look.
Yeah. But it was...
Beautiful dog, by the way. Beautiful pup.
Yep. And so it was Pharaoh, MJF, Brandy, and DDP. And it was the four of them, I guess, walking down to the ring behind Cody, and he could only choose one.
Yep.
He could only choose one person to pretty much come down to the ring with him.
Picked his best friend.
Yeah, he picked his best friend, dude. MJF. So
salt of the earth.
MJF was in Cody's corner, the roller coaster.
How about the tease?
Yeah, I like that at the end.
There's a lot of it. I think you're seeing that all throughout it, too.
It almost looked like he was doing it on purpose.
The commentary helped you go a long way.
Because MJF, who's not used to being, like, at the ringside for other people, he was distracting the ref a lot. And the ref for this match was, what's his name, right?
Knox.
No, it was the screw job. I can't think of his name right now. He did the Montreal screw job.
Oh, no way. Hebner?
Yeah, or Hebner.
Sorry. Yeah, Hebner.
Yeah, I couldn't think. He's done like all of Cody's matches pretty much.
Well, yeah, you might as well. That's, that was I think that's a homage for Dusty and all that. That's a whole wrestling family. Both of him and his brother, and I think
his son.
Son is in the dubs, I thought. Or maybe not, because I think the whole family,
he was
the
in
whole
the
family's
Dubs.
exiled from
Yeah.
the WWE. For anyone who doesn't know, they were making T-shirts, giving them to everyone, but they were also selling them out the back door for themselves and their own profit.
But so pretty much, Sean Spears, who used to be Ty Dillinger, who actually just got married to Peyton Royce, for those that don't know.
Oh, jeez. Cheap rub. Hook me. Billy Kay. Anyone who knows, everyone at Billy Kay. For me.
Thank you, guys.
Not yourselves, for B.
For the B.
Let her know. At Wrestler's Pit.
Yep. But, I mean, it was
homo.
pretty... No one's going to do it. It was
Thanks,
pretty
guys.
cool,
Yeah, they're like, oh, shit, good idea.
Good idea.
Hey, Billy, I have this Instagram. We post things. No. Tell them about B.
Tell her about
Tell them about B. Let them know.
B
Let 'em
at
know.
Wrestler's Pit, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
But Sean Spears looked awesome in this match. Like, he looked totally different than what he looked like in the WWE. He looked totally different than he did in NXT. He still had the 10 on his gear, which is like a little like nod to like his past. But he had the master tactician in his corner, Tully Blanchard.
Yep.
And he did the freaking what's it called thing? The contacts. Which I don't know why everybody's doing that nowadays. But
No, but he looked actually like, he looked interesting that day.
The contacts were definitely something different. For him, at least.
Yep.
And, I mean, wow. Pretty cool. I love the chairman gimmick. That's one thing that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's the chairman of AEW. Do you know who the chairman of WWE is?
Who?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
So there you go.
So there you go. Really pushing Sean Spears, even though he lost this match. Really pushing him as like a major player. And I hope he is a major player. He's awesome. And I can't wait to see what his next feud is, because it's probably not going to be against Cody.
I wonder who, though. I wonder who's next for Sean Spears.
I mean, we'd have
Or
to look at like
Cody.
the whole
Yeah.
roster for that one, I feel like.
Or maybe, is that not done? Who's to say that Cody and Sean, because now, I mean.
Maybe it's Goldust.
Yep.
Maybe he goes after Goldust because he lost to Cody.
Take out both of them. Interesting, though, and it wasn't the worst match. Arn Anderson came down here. Oh, what a pop when he came out, too.
Everybody's
What
expecting,
a pop.
like...
You had MJF and, why am I going blank? Who was in Spears' corner again?
Tully Blanchard.
Yep. You had MJF and Blanchard kind of going at it there, too. And,
Arn Anderson comes out.
Arn Anderson just says, the hell with this.
Does double A spine buster and ends it.
Yep.
Which is actually kind of funny, because I'm pretty sure he's not like a producer for the company or anything.
No, but they kept on saying the enforcer.
Enforcer,
so maybe he's the
I mean, that was his
AEW
gimmick back
enforcer.
then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like I said, the commentary on AEW, I think they were doing a good job reminding you on what's what, and like I said, they felt like they were teasing that MJF, and MJF helped that cause at the end of the match, because after that he picks up the chair after the finish of the match, looks at it, throws it away. I saw finally what you were saying, because I was like, what?
Yeah, like him, like kind of like teasing, like, oh, he's not gonna. Oh, he is friends with Cody still.
Yep.
Whew. Thank God. But yeah, I think it's really cool that they decide to go with something like that. And the next match was what I considered like the most.
Well, so real quick,
go ahead.
dude. No. It was just like, how long do you think this MJF and Cody gets a little teased about?
I don't even. I feel like.
I mean, soon. We don't do it yet, but I think soon, but not too fast. I don't want it to happen too fast.
I honestly don't want it to happen. I love Cody and MJF.
No, yeah, that's... Well, you know who else? As you saw with him kind of towards DDP, walking away, mimicking
Yeah,
him.
he throws up the diamond and everything.
I wonder if, like, Dustin becomes a part of that, too, to kind of, like...
Yeah.
In Cody's background, and I feel like... maybe MJF kind of doesn't like his brother. Like, that's my best friend. And he kind of turns the brothers maybe against each other once again. But maybe that's kind of booking too much down the road.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, we got to beef up this roster here.
Yeah, it's a big
coming.
roster, but it's a lot of tag teams.
That's
So I'm like,
good,
I'm
though.
trying to look at like the
That's
next person
real
for
good.
Sean Spears to like have a
Because
thing with.
We don't need 1,000 titles like we were saying earlier. Maybe introduce that secondary title, like a IC type-ish.
Yeah.
IC between TV, and I don't want to hear the word TV champion type. You know what I mean? Like,
the only people I can see here that should go up against Sean Spears would have to be either MJF or Kip Sabian.
okay.
And I feel like Kip Sabian might not even be like a big enough star yet for him to go up against.
Yeah.
Sean Spears, but I feel like those are like the two, because like
upset.
guys like Pac, guys like Kenny, Mox,
Yep.
they already have feuds. Cody, who knows where he goes from here, but I feel like those are the guys that really like could be considered for like that next spot. But so next up we had that Escalera de la Muerta match.
Maybe match of the night.
Yeah.
Match of the night.
I mean, it definitely had a lot of high spots.
Yep.
And a lot of people talk about how like the Young Bucks have like no ring psychology.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the ring psychology, it's different in like this type of match because it's a ladder match. So it's not like a normal match. And I think that they're a phenomenal tag team. I think they're one of the best tag teams in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So are the Lucha Brothers. The Lucha Brothers are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, Lucha Brothers.
They're crazy.
I actually, I like the Young Bucks. I may like the Lucha Brothers a little more.
Yeah,
I really like a lot of the moves they do.
As you can see by the end of the table,
We got some Young Bucks.
I got the Young Bucks right here.
I don't know if it was.
The Bucks are my boys.
Still don't got
You can
them.
see Nick Jackson, but you can't see Matt.
What?
Here, I got you. But
I only got one, but it's okay. Good for him.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, it was just an amazing match. All of like the different like moonsaults off the ropes. They just like they work so well on like they're just crazy, dude. They're just absolutely nuts.
What really shocked me with this match, right? So I'm sure, like I said, if you're listening, you probably saw this. So what got me in that match was when he ripped his mask off.
Yeah. That was...
What? Wasn't expecting it whatsoever.
Because the Bucks you don't think of as like the heels anymore. They used to be like the heel tag team. Mm-hmm. But now you look at them as like the top baby faces. And...
that wasn't a babyface move whatsoever. Whatsoever.
It's like they were trying to do anything they could.
That match went on. What do you have for a time on it? 21 minutes. A 21-minute match. And I really liked it too. It was like brother for brother.
Yeah. That spear through the...
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. When I think it was Nick Jackson and Phoenix were on the apron. And Matt and Pentagon Jr., whatever, Penta Alzero, they were looking at each other. And they just like both run to the ropes, run to the other side, and just spear each other's brother through the tables on the outside. And it's kind of like, They were like, are we going to do this? Yeah, we're about to do this. Screw saving our brothers. Let's just take each other out. And, I mean, that was an awesome spot. The Mexican Destroyer off the top of the ladder through the table. That was crazy. I mean, I don't know how you survived that. Like, that just...
What I really liked, too, was like brother for brother when they both jumped off the ladders on the side of the ring.
Oh, yeah.
That, it was like, if you're about to jump on my brother, I'm jumping on your brother.
Yeah, like that was like a common theme, I feel like, throughout the entire match. Like, they kept on doing that. And then the, what's the name of them? The package pile driver on top of the ladder outside after he ripped the mask off. That was something that was quite different. And I told you, because you were like, oh, man, like the pile drivers back in the day, like, you didn't, like, you were talking about, like, how, like,
scary.
Oh. And I was like, wait till you see that ladder match. Wait till you see the ladder match.
To get hurt.
And the ladder match, there was like 4 or 5 pile drivers in that match, and absolutely crazy. They just tore the house down, dude. Like, this is like 11 o'clock at night, and or for them, it's a little earlier in the night because it's Chicago, but people are probably tired. People probably traveled from England, so which means their sleep schedule is even worse at this point. They're used to being like waking up at this like time, and actually not really. I guess for them it would be more like 4 o'clock in the morning, but they're used to like being fast asleep, getting ready for work in an hour. And yeah, dude, like the crowd was absolutely like loving the show, loving this match. And I mean, the Lucha Brothers won, and they deserve it.
It's an old crowd too. You're not seeing a lot of young. It's not young kids.
It's literally what.
It's not young kids.
You gotta think though, this is a pay-per-view, and this is like still when everybody's traveling around the world to go see this. So, and it's a 10,000 seat arena, so not a lot of families going, and I feel like that's a good thing because you can do so much more when you don't have to worry about the kids being there. Like, I like the swearing. I know Jimmy Havoc dropped the F-bomb during his match, and I mean, it just adds like a little bit more excitement. The blood, obviously the blood's awesome. And I know Vince McMahon doesn't like that gory shit, but I mean, because they graduated from it, but it's like, it's good to see every now and then. Like, this show didn't have a lot of blood.
No.
But
Well,
main
they
event.
saved it for the ending.
Main event.
Which, I'm glad they did.
Pop it open. Get that razor blade. And, I mean, awesome. But speaking of the main event, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. You had Adam Page. Hold up. Sorry. No. I hear what you're doing, my B. I jumped the gun. You had Chris Jericho versus Adam Page here for your inaugural AEW World Championship.
Yeah. Who's going to be the first champ?
I said it. I wish everyone listened to us. I said it. Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Everybody was thinking, they're going to build the star with Adam Page.
Well, then they
should.
Will.
They will.
This is how you build it.
But you got to build the title.
Yes.
Because what's the saying? It's like the title doesn't make the man makes the title.
Yep.
Well, Adam Page, that title's not going to seem too legit if Adam Page is the champion.
Not yet.
Like, he's so young, he's got plenty of time, and he'll probably win that title eventually. But if the man makes the title, what better man to hold that title than Chris Jericho, dude?
Yeah, man.
He used to wear GOAT on his gear.
Best in the world.
And it's true. At what he does.
Yeah, what he does. And you know what? 48 years old, winning it, not mad. But match starts, right? Mm-hmm. Right away. Not even when it starts. Adam Page comes out on a gosh darn horse.
Yep. Hangman, bro.
I was like, dude, he came out on a pony?
I remember hearing you say that.
Riding out on a pony?
Just like, yo, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, oh, yeah, the Hangman match.
Hangman.
And, I mean, it was just so funny. Like, his character is absolutely hilarious. He's kind of gone
cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
His parents were there on the road. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, sucks that he didn't pick up the W. Because obviously it could have been cool. But Chris Jericho deserved that.
Elbow got him.
Yeah, the Judas effect.
But, man, like...
So many cool spots, though. Like he caught him with... Jericho caught Page with the code breaker.
26 minutes and 25 seconds this match.
Yeah, a 40-year-old did that.
And, once again, flowed.
Mm-hmm.
Flowed. I liked the little shoving with the ref.
Yeah, that was funny.
She kind of bothered me towards the end, and I wasn't hating her.
Yeah, you didn't like it after the dead eye. After Adam Page hit the dead eye.
She comes, the 1, 2, and then she just keeps her hand down. She's posing like she's on the beach.
She looked like she was doing the
I'm like, hey, what up,
tranquilo pose, like Andrade does, like the laying down with the hand up. Yeah, I knew you weren't gonna like that when I saw it the first time.
She was fine because I just don't like the refs, and obviously, I just don't like the refs kind of taken away from the wrestlers. Mm-hmm. And to me, does
a good ref is invisible.
I want to see how he just kicked out of that. Like they say, they're telling a story, but the ref kind of making the story about them when you're taking up the camera shot and have your arm hang in the air holding one finger up.
She was holding 2 fingers up.
Still, just bothered me.
Nah,
like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you're laying down on the sand, but not hating on that. Yeah. I mean, I'm hating on that. No. I mean, that's just like...
I wish this one spot went a little bit more smooth.
She was there.
Yeah. I think it was cool to have her there because she was the first ever woman to...
Shouldn't look too bad either. Holla at your koala.
I think ref a main event of a pay-per-view and a world title match. So.
And probably be good looking. So.
Of course you'd bring that up. Man, I
thought she was the librarian one.
Oh, really?
Well, hey, some guys...
You thought she was the librarian?
I thought, no, like the librarian, the girl who does the shh.
Yeah.
I thought it was her.
Oh. It wasn't, but...
No, it wasn't. Looks like her.
Yeah, a little bit. But one spot that I thought could have gone just a wee bit better. Adam Page was doing the shooting star press to Jericho on the outside. He was like running across the apron, does the shooting star press. And Jericho tried to catch him in the code breaker. He just didn't quite jump high enough. And he just didn't catch the code breaker right. And it kind of just looked a little messy. But that was literally the only, that didn't look right in this match. Like, that was like the only thing. It was awesome. Like, everywhere else, phenomenal, dude. So good. And everybody knows I don't like saying phenomenal that much. Usually I don't use that but I've used it like 4 times on the show because so much of this stuff was so great. Mm-hmm. And Jericho's the new champ.
So, what, Jericho here becomes the first champ of AEW.
The inaugural champion.
And he gets out of the ring, gets the blood cleaned up, and we saw there was a little backstage interview going on.
The
we
YouTube
saw a
channel.
celebration. Man, even more gold and reason why he should be. The way he's working that mic, the way he just, you guys don't deserve me, kinda. Now I'm your champion, you know. And it's gonna be fun. And it may not even be defended so often because like you're not good enough yet. You know what I mean? They may even hold that like prestige to this title. I think.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to work to get to him because he's been around for a long time, and you don't deserve.
He shouldn't. He should not defend it.
You didn't thank me. You know, there was a lot of key things I was picking up in the words he's saying. You know, so he might not.
One thing I'd really like.
Treat that.
They have a pay-per-view Full Gear in November. I think it's like November 9th or something like that. He should not defend that title. He should not wrestle a match until that pay-per-view. Like, he should be like, none of you are good enough to me. None of you said thank you. So, none of you are going to get to see me pretty much, like, doing any of this. Like, not allowed. Like, I am the greatest of all time. I am Chris Jericho. And that's that. But if he does defend that title at Full Gear, who should be next? Goldberg? Question mark?
I feel like that's something we maybe even should tease and do a short clip video, like you know, quick 10 minutes on who's next for Jericho to not kind of spoil this, but kind of, you know, throw it out there. Who's next? I don't know. I think there has. I don't see anyone who's next, to be honest. And that's why I say I would save that because, honestly, or what? I mean, but you don't want to see Cody and Jericho yet.
Not yet.
No. And
I like Cody in like those blood feud type things.
You know, it just I like, I don't want to see that yet.
Yeah,
there's
like a lot of matches you want to see.
I think there's maybe I'm bold to say this, but I don't think we're done. I think there's a couple surprises I think we're gonna get. Because that's kind of the thing. LAX, I don't know if we mentioned that they came out.
We did not.
We just skipped over that.
Santana and Ortiz.
Yep.
They debuted. They beat down the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks.
After that win. But, so that's what I'm saying. I think we're going to have kind of, I don't know. I don't think we're done seeing who we are. But shit. Ooh, shit. Ooh.
It's going to be.
The drink started getting strong, bro.
It's going to get very interesting very quickly on like what we're getting with this whole title with Chris Jericho and what we're getting with the whole show once it goes to weekly TV.
Yeah, no, how many? Let's start the counter.
I mean,
we should, you know what, Nick? Nah, I'm going to save that. I'll save this. I'll tell you off record. Right. I don't want no one taking this idea, but yeah, don't even say it.
I won't.
Don't even.
Showing you the day.
Don't even. But we'll have that show, what, October 2nd?
Yeah, I believe that's the first week.
And then what day are we going? The 9th?
The 9th.
Hell yeah. So everyone, what do you guys think about AEW? What do you think about last night? Comment, like, subscribe. But let us know. Comment about this because I think this is a movement. Not even just a movement. This is a wave. So polish up those surfboards and hop on it with us and ride it. Because I want to know. I want to talk about this. We're just talking about this. Me and Nick, Wrestlers Pit. We're talking about it. But we want to talk about it with you. And I want to know. So please, start this conversation with us. Join it. And let's start the rise of AEW. Yeah. And let's be on the wave of it. Let's create this fanhood.
It's Shark season, man.
Oh, it's Shark season, man.
It's Shark season.
It's almost over, but stay blessed.
Once it ends, it begins again.
The Atlantic Ocean's really warm right now. So technically, the Sharks are...
They're coming.
Or they're down by Mexico. No, they want the warm water. So yeah, all the Sharks are coming up north, especially with the hurricane.
Yeah.
Peace and damn, the Atlantic's about to be filled this week over. Damn, the Cape's gonna be freaking.
It's gonna be Shark City.
A lot of sharks. You're gonna get a lot of sightings out there.
Yeah.
So if you like sharks, hey, comment your favorite animals too. We're not bi-animal racial here. We're dogs.
We're dogs.
Nah, sharks, babies.
Well, at your koala.
Yeah.
So many animal puns, man.
Yeah, I think we give out animal puns. So we're We're an animal-friendly show.
Yes, sir.
My shirt is made of shark skin. I mean...
What? That's the opposite of animal-friendly, bro.
Oh, well, hey. What do you know? So, overall, what? 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10 would recommend.
9 out of 10. Would recommend. Yeah, so, not to be sipping the Kool-Aid. We already said how long. I mean, every match was long to me. Yeah. Over the 10-minute mark.
Every match
right?
was over 10 minutes. Even the pre-show matches were over 10 minutes.
So, man, you can't go wrong. And from what I saw, everything flowed. There was nothing for me to pick on.
They're all great wrestlers. That's the thing. And they all have the control.
It's you know what I mean? Not to gas them up, but yeah, they are kind of. They're great in their way. And the control, their freedom. And I think you got to see that last night.
Like, they have their producers, of course. They have their guys like Billy Gunn. They have their guys like Dean Malenko. But even Billy Gunn and Dean Malenko, now they have control. Mm-hmm. Now they have more control than they had in other companies. And now they have like this like power to really let these guys be stars.
Everyone worked real well.
Mm-hmm. And they worked real hard. And they looked like they wanted it. Mm-hmm. That was the thing. No one looked like, besides Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, no, he was the only guy who didn't seem like he was happy to be here.
There.
He was the only guy who wasn't happy to be there.
Yeah, but absolutely phenomenal show. Absolutely loved it.
Big
We're all in at All Out. So thank you guys for listening.
All right.
I'm
One
Nick.
love.
B.
Your koala.
One love.
We out.
See ya. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe down below to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestlers Pit. One love. See you guys.